In a team full of failed Premier League wonder kids at their full potential win the Champions League.
Good evening.
Yes, what's up, Camaradas? And yes, we're back with another Creator Club challenge.
Oh, yeah.
So to be honest, I thought of this idea today. I was struggling for ideas for a Creator Club challenge, but it finally came to me. So yes, boys, like I said, we do have a team full of failed Premier League wonder kids. Before we do start this video, I don't want to diss any of these players. I'm not saying their careers were all shit. It's just that these players didn't reach the heights that were once promised by their youth. Basically, they didn't reach the expectations that were set to them. But anyways, before we meet the team, of course, we have to create the club. But before we do start, once again, make sure to leave down your suggestions for the next Creator Club challenge you guys want to see next week.
Let's go.
And boys, as you know, you guys do not have to watch me brainstorm this, so I'll be right back. Okay, boys, as you can see, we do have Flops FC, Dream Destroyers, because they crushed some fans' dreams that they didn't reach their potential.
That one there was a violation. Personally, I wouldn't have it.
Flops FC is the short name and FFC is the abbreviation. Okay, boys, since we are Flops FC, let's replace a team who I think have flopped throughout these past few years. And yes, boys, I think my team in Southampton has been kind of a flop in recent years. They've had good squads, good managers, and a lot of money, and they just didn't seem to spend the money buying the wrong players and having the wrong managers. So Southampton is getting replaced today. Okay, boys, here are the kits and crests. So I went with a purple and red, purple being the Premier League colors and red for being a flop, so like an X. That's what I think of when I think about flops. So we have this kit. It's alright. I kind of like the away kit a little bit better. It's red, a little bit of red in the Puma design, and then it's just the purple and the white line, so it's not too bad. And the crest is just a really ugly red crest. As for the Champions League groups, we're going to replace the biggest flop in the Premier League as for Champions League, and it obviously has to be Man United.
No.
Okay, boys, here we have the full squad of the ex-Premier League flops. Okay, boys, there's a lot of mixed players. I know I may have missed out on some players, but I wasn't going to fill up the whole squad. I wanted to keep it with 11 plus a bench. All of these ratings are the potentials of as of FIFA 14, except for one player, which is Federico Macheda, which I'll get into in just a little bit. But anyways, it's time to meet the squad. First off in the bench, we like to go through them right away. So, Connor Wickham. Does anybody remember this man? He was supposed to save Sunderland, be the next generation striker for England and for Sunderland. And his life just, his career just went really bad. He had 83 potential at the time. I'm pretty sure he had a higher potential in another game, but this is the one I remember him from. And the reason I chose FIFA 14 is because it was my favorite game. It's my favorite FIFA game of all time. Ronnie Lopez, an ex-Man City player. He's had a pretty decent career. He's now in Turkey, I do believe, playing for Olympiacos at a 79 rated, but this man was touted to be the next Portuguese talent, the one to replace David Silva in the Etihad Stadium, but it just didn't happen. Danny Welbeck. Where do we start this man? Same as Connor Wickham. He was basically the past Mason Greenwood, which we shouldn't talk about him anymore, and Marcus Rashford. This man came up through the ranks and was supposed to shine for Manchester United, become the next number 9 after Van Persie and to replace Wayne Rooney in the future, but his career didn't go to plan. Scored a couple of good goals. Now plays for Brighton, doing alright, but the potential he did have was higher than an 83, obviously. Pretty sure he had a higher potential in a different game, but there was a lot of expectations from him. He just didn't deliver. Okore is the next one, so a lot of you guys may not know about him, but when he joined Aston Villa, it was such an ambitious move at the time for such a young player. He was 20 years of age at the time, a Danish center back. Everybody thought this signing would help Aston Villa just completely change like they have now, but it just wasn't to be. He did flop. Saido Berahino, he was also another player I did not use FIFA 14. This is his FIFA 16 potential at an 84. We know how good this man was, scoring tons of goals for West Brom, tried to push out a move for Tottenham, and I think that's what caused him. I think West Brom ruined his career. Obviously, he could have still performed, but he just didn't want to. He fell out of love with West Brom, but man, this man, what a downfall he's had. I think he currently plays for Sheffield Wednesday at a 65 rating, or he plays in Belgium last time I checked, but this man could have been the next top scorer for England. Gale is one of those players that just got his career ruined by the Chelsea effect. The loan effect by Chelsea, he just couldn't get past it. Phil Jones, we know it's all injuries, man. He's an amazing player. He was an amazing player. There's a lot of injuries that caused him to have his career really bad. I know his highest potential was in FIFA 13 at an 89, but like I said, I wanted to keep it FIFA 14 based. And Phil Jones, oh man, he can still revive his career. Technically, he's around 29. He still has time. Okay, moving on to the starting 11, we do have Jack Butlin. Everybody remembers this man. Everybody remembers playing him on Ultimate Team and on career mode. This man was OP when he was at Stoke City, but he never got his move relegated with Stoke City, and his career fell from there. Moving on to the right back positions, I couldn't find many right backs in FIFA 14, so I went with Callum Chambers, an ex-Southampton product. Has had a pretty decent career, but he could have been way better. We all know that. Starting off at a 16-year-old, I think he started playing as a 17 or 16-year-old, kind of like Luke Shaw. He was supposed to be the next Luke Shaw on the right-hand side, but it just didn't happen. On the Static, man. This man was supposed to be the next Vidic, but on the other side of Manchester, in the blue of Manchester. Now he plays for Fiorentina. We used him in the Fiorentina series for like 2 games. but he really fell off, man. Mamadou Sakho was another player. Obviously, was a young captain for PSG. Eventually moved to Liverpool. Was supposed to be the next French center back, but again, he had a pretty decent career with Palace and Liverpool. It just wasn't to be, man. Kieran Gibbs. So I know this is a weird shout. I could have easily put Luke Shaw because Luke Shaw was touted to be like one of the best left backs in the world. He is now, so I think he didn't flop. I think he's doing pretty decent right now. Kieran Gibbs. Does anyone remember the hype he was getting? I know his potential was never that high, but he was being compared to becoming the next Ashley Cole, okay? Obviously, Ashley Cole used to play for Arsenal, moved on to Chelsea, but he just didn't reach out the heights, man. He had a pretty decent career with Arsenal, though, but he's only 29 years of... Oh, no, he's 31 years of age. He could have easily been playing for a Premier League side right now. Okay, so here we have Daniel Sturridge on the right mid. I know he's a striker, but he was able to play right mid, and I wanted to put him in the squad starting. This man had the world in his feet, man. And what happened? He just stopped scoring. He stopped scoring goals. And now he just plays. I don't even know where he plays at this point. I think he plays in Australia. This man had the world in his feet. Shined in a Euros, I do believe, or at a World Cup. But scored countless of goals for Liverpool. But he just flopped, man. Oscar's another big flop, man. This man ruined his career. He single-handedly ruined his career. He was playing for Chelsea, doing really well. He wanted to move out. And he just moved to China. There's no need to move to China. I don't know why he decided to do that. But he ended up moving to China. He's still a pretty decent player. He might go back to Europe, was linked to Barca, but he could have been one of easily the best players in the world right now. Ross Barkley went to Chelsea, ruined his career. Didn't play at all, hasn't played. He still has time to revive his career. I believe he's 27, but he was supposed to be what Phil Foden is now, but he isn't. Adnan Januzaj. Okay, this is a little disrespectful to Adnan Januzaj. He's still only 26, could still become one of the best players in the world, but right now, he is now one of the better wingers in the world. There's like Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane. He was supposed to be that. He was supposed to be the next Mohamed Salah, or sorry, not the next, but like the current Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah for Manchester United. He was supposed to replace Ronaldo, and it just didn't happen, man. Christian Benteke's fall off was insane. I know he's a decent goal scorer right now for Crystal Palace, but this guy was putting up numbers amazingly for Aston Villa. I always used him in FIFA. He was my favorite striker in FIFA 14, and he just fell off, man. I don't know what it was. His move to Liverpool just didn't work out. Federico Macheda, one game wonder. This man had no potential. Nobody ever talked about him other than that one banger he scored against Aston Villa, I do believe, in the last minute. And everybody said he was going to be the best Italian striker in the world. He was going to be the best Man United striker of all time. And boy, did he fall off. And I don't blame him. He's had a tough career. He's been saying that he wants to come back into the Premier League. But he's 29 years of age right now, playing for a Greece team. I don't even know how to say it. I mean, I hope it does happen. He's only 29, but this man, he had the world at his feet as well. But that is the side of the flopped wonder kids of FIFA 14. I guess we'll call it that, FIFA 14. Boys, these players did flop, but it's time to see, can these players win the Champions League? Okay, boys, make sure to leave your predictions down below. Let's see if these Premier League flops can win the Champions League. Probably not, so I'm kind of aiming if they can win the Premier League. That would be pretty sick, man. Okay, boys, we have reached the end of the season. It's time to find out if they won the Champions League. To be honest, I probably should have aimed lower for like a Premier League side. I underestimated the potentials of FIFA 14, but these players were absolutely amazing at their full potential. So let's see if they can pull out a rabbit out of the hat and win the Champions League. Okay, boys, this video will be a failure unless they won at least one thing. If they won the FA Cup or Carabao Cup, it would be absolutely amazing. But at this point, I don't think it's gonna happen, boys. I think this might be the worst Creator Club challenge we've done. We usually win the league and we're scrolling up. Did they finish in the top 4? No, they missed out on top 4 by 1 point. They could have finished 3rd place, so it was actually not too bad. FA Cup, how did they do? And it's going to be Tottenham winning it. Why do Tottenham do good in the sun? Carabao Cup, Man United have won it. Champions League, pretty sure they didn't win it. Okay, boys, they were in Group F. Let's see how they did. And okay, 1st place, round of 16. They beat Club Brugge in penalties, 5-4.
Are you stupid?
It's not looking good. And where did they? Wait, what? Oh, Club Brugge. I said it wrong. Club Brugge won in penalties. How did they lose to Club Brugge? Club Brugge beat Juventus 6-4. You know what? It's a Club Brugge video. Okay, no, never mind. Ajax won. You know, boys, it's kind of a dead video. A very failure of a video. But you know what? It was nice. You know, going back to my past, to my favorite FIFA game of all time, using some of the best players I use in that game, like Daniel Sturridge and Christian Benteke, and many, many more. It was nice, you know, to see these players back. But you know what? Let's see their stats. Let's see if Christian Benteke can be that goal scoring machine he used to be. 52 appearances for Jack Butlin, the only player playing every single game this season. Top goal scorer. Okay, it was Oscar with 26 goals, Macheda with 18, Benteke with 15, not too bad. Barkley and Jorginho also with double digits. Okay, boys, 16 assists for Oscar, 9 assists for Adnan Januzaj, Federico Macheda, 8 assists, Barkley with 7, and the list goes on. So, you know what? They did pretty well. But yes, boys, can the ex-Premier League flops win the Champions League? No, they can't. And yes, that is the end of this video. Yes, boys, like I said, it is the end of this video. I'm sorry for the short video. I'm just trying to get ahead on this week and maybe even next week so I can produce more content for you guys. Last week I missed it, I retired. I want to try to get one this week, but it does take 3 hours to record, so I need to find time. I have a lot of homework. I have an exam also this week, and I also work. So like I said, I'm sorry for the dead video. It was my first day back at school, so that took up a lot of my time as well. So I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to leave your suggestions down below for the next Critic Club challenge you guys want to do. Make sure to always do the things that you love, the things that make you happy, and just be yourself, man. It's been your boy Edgar. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice day, and chamos.